This is Doggy DNA, the show where we invite dog owners of all sorts to come and discover the secrets held within the DNA of their equally diverse canine counterparts. Be prepared for surprises as we reveal their DNA results to learn about their lineage and provide a historical context for their individual behaviors, personalities, and abilities. We'll meet some wonderful dogs and hear the stories of how they found their families. And we'll even have time to play with the pups as our experts share advice on how best to nurture and train a wide variety of breeds. So sit, stay, and let's get to know humanity's furry best friend with Doggy DNA. Get ready to laugh with Aiko, a lively puppy whose endless energy and smart quirks will keep you entertained.
If you're sitting on the couch, he will come up behind you and almost wrap himself like he's a scarf.
Next, meet Muggle, the gentle dog who loves to sit and observe the world around her.
She was this giant stuffed animal of love, and it was just the most incredible thing.
Discover the journey of Cedar, who slowly opens up to new experiences. His journey is one that will surely make your heart grow.
The favorite lumber of mine to deal with is cedar wood. Fits his personality pretty nicely.
My name is Marcella Gerard, and I brought with me today my dog, Aiko.
Marcella, tell me about Aiko. How did you meet?
Aiko is a rescue out of Texas. I saw a picture of him, so as soon as I saw his little face, I knew he was going to be mine.
Do you think there was a moment that he really knew he was home with you?
I think as the weeks went, yeah, because he's always been an affectionate dog.
Okay.
Loves kisses.
That's surprising coming from the start that he had.
Yeah, I find rescue dogs are very grateful.
Yeah.
So grateful. I have two other dogs, and the biggest thing when you bring a dog, the biggest thing is introduction and decompression. So I spent a month at least with either Aiko or my other foster on a leash at all times in the house, and they were never completely alone until I felt comfortable that they would get along. And now today they are best of buds.
Tell me some of the things that you've come to love the most about him. I mean, you did say he's affectionate.
Very
Is there
affectionate.
anything else that he does that's just really endearing?
He loves to wrap himself around you, your neck preferably. If you're sitting on the couch, he will come up behind you and almost wrap himself like he's a scarf. Very, very happy puppy.
Tell me a little bit more about his behaviors. Does he love to be outside?
Loves outside. I believe he has a little husky in him, so that's his outside love, especially in the winter. He loved this
Loves
winter.
the snow?
Yeah, this winter was his first snow.
Right.
So he does love the snow. He is very food motivated.
Okay. Has he gone swimming, or do you know if he loves
He hasn't gone swimming yet because he was just a baby when we first got him. But he'll run through a puddle, no problem.
Yeah, so he doesn't really seem averse.
He doesn't seem to mind.
Yeah.
No, doesn't. This summer, I'll get to know a lot more of him because I'm sure he will love the water.
You're here today to have a DNA profile done on Aiko. Why did you want to have that done?
I know he is husky, part husky. I'd like to know what his second breed is because I am used to dealing with a husky, but the other breed, I'd like to know when it comes to obedience and where I can start with training.
Hi, Marcella. Hi. So I have exciting news. I have Aiko's results, and they're kind of fun. There's a really fun one in there. And when I first met Aiko, he's a little short. Have you ever noticed that? His little legs?
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder what that is. I have answers. And you already suspected a breed. Which one was that?
Husky.
Okay. So, indeed, Siberian Husky, 78%.
Wow.
So a big portion of that, Siberian Husky. So you were right. And then the other breed in Aiko is 22% Staffordshire Bull Terrier.
Wow.
The Staffordshire Bull Terrier, known for its strength and courage, originated in 19th century England. Bred from bulldogs and various terriers, they were initially used for bull baiting and dog fighting. Despite their fierce beginnings, Staffies became beloved for their loyalty and affection, earning the nickname nanny dogs for their gentle nature with children. Aiko, a 7-month-old puppy, showcases the breed's friendly and energetic personality. His playful quirks and smart personality make him a delightful, if occasionally mischievous, companion.
That was a very big surprise to Marcella. We were not expecting that, but what a beautiful surprise. It's a beautiful mixture to have that husky and staffy mix. What do you think?
I'm a little shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Husky, I'm familiar with, very.
And he's 78% Siberian Husky,
yes.
so that's a good portion of his
Yes.
DNA. The other portion being 22% Staffy, which is similar to a pit bull. They're close relatives, but the Staffy, they are lovely, lovely dogs. So Staffies are a group of, they're in the terrier group of dogs. So they were originally made for, unfortunately, fighting, but we've come a long way from that since then. And now they have become a really amazing companion in our homes. They do fantastic with families because they're extremely loyal and loving. Aiko has this confidence of a husky, the drive of a husky, the loyalty of a husky, and then the Staffy mix makes him a snuggle muffin at home. And Marcelo was saying how he loves to cuddle and he loves all this affection. He drapes himself around her neck and that's where he sleeps. I mean, come on. One thing we have to keep in mind, which is also very similar to a husky, is they can be stubborn. And so sometimes you have to lead with a little bit of a firm hand. Oftentimes with these kind of breeds, I'll use what I call my mom voice. Using what I call as the mom voice can sound harsh, but the whole point of it is to be clear and concise with what you're asking, and these kind of tougher breeds really do well with that. The Siberian Husky, which tend to be extremely independent dogs. Not saying that they're not affectionate and not loving, because they really are, especially to their pack, which you are a part of, right? If I'm not interested in affection right now, they're usually good at going off on their own. Do you agree?
Yes.
The Staffy, on the other hand, is a big love muffin, and they love to cuddle. They love all the affection. So where does Aiko fall into that?
He might be 78% husky, but he's very affectionate.
Yeah, and the 78% doesn't necessarily mean 78% of his characteristics are going to be husky. DNA is a little more complicated than that. You can have like 90% husky and 10% Chihuahua, and this dog looks like a Chihuahua, acts like a Chihuahua, barks like a Chihuahua. So DNA is a little funny that way. After talking to Marcella, who had us prepared, she said he is a young, intact male. He is boisterous, he can be naughty, and I thought, oh my gosh, I think he's 11 months old, and he sounds like he's a busy guy. This is gonna be a big one. And Marcella was totally lying. He is extremely obedient. She has done a wonderful job and is not giving herself enough credit. And the second we asked something of him, he listened, I think 100% of the time. He was absolutely lovely. He knew he had very healthy boundaries. It was really cool to see that. So I think she should give herself a little bit more credit there because she's done a wonderful job.
Could Muggle's foot-warming skills hint at her true heritage? Don't miss the fun DNA reveal next on Doggy DNA.
My name is Jennifer Solomon, and I brought my dog Muggle with me.
Well, I cannot wait to hear how this bundle of love and beauty, Muggle, came into your life. Tell me the story.
Muggle came to us right after we lost our old dog Layla to lung cancer. Layla passed in January, and we started seeking a new dog, and it was very difficult to find a dog that was cat-friendly, dog-friendly, and child-friendly. And we reached out to the best breeder we could find for Bernese Mountain Dogs because we'd fallen in love with the breed ourselves. So we reached out, and it turned out they did have a female they weren't going to keep, and her mother's name was Layla, the same as our old dog that we lost. So we thought it was a wonderful kind of kismet moment where our dog sent us our new dog.
Yeah, so what was it like when you saw her for the first time in real life, like not just photos?
You know, she's the first dog we've ever actually named before we had and knew the personality. Like we knew in advance what we were going to name her.
Okay.
And even when we didn't think we were going to get her, we were offered another female Bernese puppy and we said no, because that would not be her. And we knew somehow it was going to be. In the moment she was there, she was this giant stuffed animal of love, and it was just the most incredible thing.
Yeah.
Because if you've ever seen a Bernese Mountain Dog puppy, the dogs stop traffic. The puppies almost cause accidents because they're literally living, breathing stuffed animals.
So cute. How does Muggle do with the whole family?
Muggle loves everybody. She wishes we had little children though, because they're her favorite.
She loves little children.
She will go out of her way anytime there's a child, especially if they're upset, to go and see if they're fine.
Wow.
And everywhere we go, she gravitates towards the children and tries to join their family.
Yeah. So tell me one or two of the things that you've really grown to love. I mean, there's so much to love about Muggle, but what's like your very favorite thing about her?
My favorite things about Muggle are the fact that she is just so genuinely affectionate. She just wants to be touched and to be loved. She always wants to be near me, touching me, as close to me as she can be. And much like people, she's driven by her stomach. She likes good food, and she's always up for an adventure.
Jennifer, you're here today to have a DNA profile done on Muggle. So let's talk about that, because you did say you got her from a breeder. So why did you want to get the DNA results today?
Some people had made comments as we walked through the dog parks that Muggle looks like she's a mixed breed because she's not as big as some Bernese Mountain Dogs. But because we know that a lot of Bernese are different sizes, we figured we'd get it checked just to kind of prove to those people that she definitely was what we knew she was. It's always important to know, especially with dogs like Bernese, because they have a very high health issue profile, and it's important for us to be able to follow that and know if it's all coming from the same place so we know what to watch for in case she gets sick.
Jennifer, we have the results.
Okay.
Do you have any final guesses? I know you were wondering because of her short stature, but
the fact that she's full burner. I'm still sticking by that because she has so much of the attributes of the breed, even in her personality,
okay.
even if not in her height.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, well, I'm happy to tell you that she is 100% Bernese Mountain Dog.
Yay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
The Bernese Mountain Dog, with its roots in the Swiss Alps, has a history intertwined with farm life. Bred from Roman Mastiff-type dogs and local Swiss working dogs over 2,000 years ago, Bernese Mountain Dogs were used for herding cattle, pulling milk carts, and guarding farms. Known for their strength, agility, and gentle nature, these dogs have always been valued companions and protectors. Muggle, who showcases her gentle demeanor and love for meeting people, humorously embodies the history.
I felt very much validated for the fact that I was sure of those results, but because so many people had said negative things, it was really nice to have that extra set of evidence to prove that we know a little more about Bernese Mountain Dogs than they might.
Jennifer, you're very knowledgeable about the breed. What do you see that shines through Muggle?
The breed is known for being gentle. They're known for being a little neurotic, which she also is. As you probably saw when she plays with her blanket, she's a little silly. They are known for having particular markings, as little, like a white spot on the back of their head across here, and little runners that go up their arms and such. But they're also graded based on the tricolor. And sometimes you'll find some burners have very little of the brown, or their stockings are longer. So it goes to show that they're also different.
Speaking of her coat, what's grooming her like?
Well, we basically live with tumbleweeds of fur. You have to brush them a lot because it's how they help stay cool, but also how they help stay warm and waterproof in the winter.
Yes, absolutely. And do you usually use puzzles?
We have, especially on days where it's bad, we've had times where, because she's worked with the fact that she has double shoulder issues,
right? That
when she's had treatment and is allowed to do stuff, the mental toys or rolling food in towels or snuffle mat, things like that are wonderful things.
Can you explain a bit more about her special blanket?
Muggle's ratty blanket that she's had since she was a baby. She's so goofy, and this blanket has always been part of that. She'll take it, she'll roll around, play with it, hide under it, poke her nose through it. It's just a really funny thing to see her do. And it is the most puppy-like behavior that she still has to this day.
So she uses blankets as a type of toy for her.
It's a toy.
Yeah,
it absolutely is.
Bernese Mountain Dogs, as we know, are great companions, and you've obviously seen that as you've got her working with some therapy groups.
She's done a year working with long-term care facilities, so people who are in dementia wards and people who live requiring medical care long-term or can't live on their own anymore. But she also
just adores children so much. So the goal was always to get her to be child certified, which I'm happy to say she passed her certification in November because they hold her heart. She just is so happy to be with them. And because she's calm, she's really relaxing for children. Some children who are very scared of big dogs find her easy to be around because she's not barky and she's not jumpy.
Bernese Mountain Dogs are known for being gentle giants, so that really makes sense to me.
It does. They're an ideal family breed of dog. Whatever lifestyle you have, they happily fit into.
What kind of mental and physical stimulation do you and Muggle do on the day-to-day?
Well, one of the things I really make sure we do a lot of is walking. Our walks aren't for me, so I let her choose where we're going and let her choose the paths that we take. My walks are not rushed. They're letting her take her time, letting her choose her path, and then we kind of go till we watch and see that she's getting tired.
So she finds that mental and physical stimulation through the therapy work. It sounds like she's always by your side and having a job to make people happy. So I think that she's probably very happy herself. She was a gentle giant, which Bernese Mountain Dogs typically are. That's the nickname that's given to them. Jennifer was super knowledgeable in their breed, what they need, and she's actually taken that companionship that Bernese Mountain Dogs gives you and turned it into something even more with the therapy and taking Muggle to the different therapy areas.
Muggle has made me probably more outgoing than I really was because so many people want to talk about her. She's also really helped me educate people that big dogs aren't always scary. And I think it's wonderful when people see how incredibly gentle she is, especially people who have had fears of dogs or who have had experiences with dog attacks, because those are life-changing things. And so it's really been wonderful that she gets to show people this calm, beautiful, peaceful dog and helps them get over that.
What's behind Cedar's shyness and herding instincts? Stay tuned as we explore his fascinating genetic roots.
My name is Tim Byrne, and I brought with me my dog Cedar.
Tim, I would love to know about your relationship with Cedar. How did you meet?
I rescued Cedar about a year and a half ago from the SPCA, and the moment I saw him online, I knew I had to have him. He was a very shy dog immediately. Well, it was a rough start in the beginning, but he eventually, very quickly actually, became just best buds with me. And we've been inseparable ever since.
And how did you come up with his name, or was he already named when you got him?
I'm in the construction business. The favorite lumber of mine to deal with is cedar wood because it smells nice, looks great, and I thought that's perfect.
Yeah.
Fits his personality pretty nicely.
And do you feel like there was ever a moment where he really settled in and felt like, okay, I'm home, this is my human, I'm safe?
I believe so. He opened up very quickly. Within not even a couple months, he was acting like the best dog ever. He's super protective of me. It's almost like a herding behavior is the best thing I can describe. There'll be times when we go to the dog park, and if there's other dogs, aggressive dogs, stuff like that, people being really barky and stuff like that, he likes to keep a radius around me. And if a dog enters that radius, he'll sniff him out. If he looks like he's coming towards me, he'll chase him out of that radius. And then as soon as he's out of there, he's right back to my side and keep him going.
Yeah, protective. Do you have anything really strange that makes you wonder, like, what is that all about?
When we're ready for walks, if I don't get ready fast enough, he's at my heels. He's got to just push. He's pushing me in the direction. He wants me to go a certain way. And
time to go, Dad.
yeah, he knows what he wants.
Tim, what are you really hoping to get out of the information today?
Well, I'm hoping to just learn where he came from, learn what his little quirks and stuff are, because he's definitely got a lot of quirks. Well, when I adopted Cedar, he didn't have much records, and the records that he did have were all over the place, and so I just thought it'd be a great idea to get the test done and find out for sure. I think his breed would really let me know, just exactly narrow down what sort of activities would really benefit for him.
Hi, Tim.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I have Cedar's results. Are you ready?
Very excited.
Good. So you were already suspecting Australian cattle dog. Did I hear that?
Yes, there's definitely some working dog in there somewhere.
Absolutely. And you are correct. Half of his DNA, 50%, is Australian cattle dog.
Oh.
Now the other 50% is made up by two other breeds.
Okay.
So 14% German Shepherd.
Okay. All right. I can see it.
and then 36% Belgian Malinois.
Really?
The Belgian Malinois, originating in the Malins region of Belgium in the late 19th century, was bred for its herding abilities and strong work ethic. Known for their intelligence, agility, and loyalty, these dogs quickly became invaluable in roles beyond herding, excelling in police and military work. Cedar's ability to warm up to new people and treat them as part of his herd showcases the Malinois' loyalty and adaptability, traits that have made them exceptional working dogs and beloved companions.
Well, I mean, just based off his looks, some things were a surprise, some things weren't. Definitely a big surprise was the Malinois and German Shepherd. I did not think he'd have that big of dogs in him, but a lot of it makes sense now.
Cedar's profile was really cool because there was 3 herding dogs. So it was really interesting. This may be the first time I've come across a profile where there's 3 different breeds that all fall into the same category. So what do you think?
Well, it's exciting news for sure. I think it definitely aligns with everything that I was thinking for sure, but with that odd surprise of the large breed, I wasn't expecting that.
Absolutely. And I think visually, Cedar definitely is Australian cattle dog, 100% visually. But behaviorally, it's not so, he does exhibit those shepherd type behaviors. And a lot of people don't realize that the German Shepherd and the Belgian Malinois were originally made as herding dogs. So Cedar has 3 breeds that are all herding dogs. So that is a huge, huge, huge component of who he is as a dog. And so these guys, hard workers. These guys cannot be couch potatoes. He can't just spend days and days and days in the house doing nothing. He'll go crazy. Do you agree?
Oh, 100%. He is a go-getter for sure. He will not stop.
And these guys are also known, all 3 of those breed, the Malinois, the Shepherd, as well as the Australian cattle dog, are extremely attached to their people. Extremely. And they will protect you no matter what. They will guard your property, and they will do whatever you need them to do. And they will do it with great pride. And your job as his owner is to try and keep building that confidence. And you can do that in a lot of different ways. Have you ever gone to dog parks or participated in any obedience or agility or herding trials?
I've taken him to a dog park a couple times, and he doesn't seem to enjoy it too much. He's more focused on me and what I'm doing.
And that probably comes with his lack of confidence. These 3 breeds that he has in him, or herding dogs in general, are extremely smart and need that intellectual stimulation. They need the brain work. And that can be just as exhausting as physical work. And some things that we can do that take some brain work are dog puzzles. And puzzles can vary in what they even are. It could be simply an empty box with a bunch of, paper thrown in there and some toys and some fun treats, and let him have at her, right? And it's going to be important for him not only to just get that exercise, but you have to get him to use his brain because he is a smart dog and he needs to work that brain.
Cedar has changed my life in a lot of ways. He's made me way more active. He's made just the day-to-day a lot more enjoyable. He's so his intelligence and his speed and everything he does, everything at is just a perfect fit for me and my lifestyle.